Hello, you're all very welcome here to Sharkies to review and preview the Dominic Smith Expert Electrical Senior Football Championship. We've seen 2 rounds of action so far, and we're going to start our look at Group A. And at the moment, Paul, we see at the top of Group A, Laffan and O'Rahilly's have 2 wins out of 2. The Shelmaliers have a win and a draw. The Sarsfields and Naveana both have a win. Bunclody have a draw, and St James's have no wins yet on the board for them and 2 losses. What are your thoughts on this group so far?
I suppose at the start of the competition, before any matches were played, everybody, I suppose, would have assumed that the Shells and Maliers would probably just fly through the group and win all their matches. And I suppose the biggest shock so far, realistically, is their draw against Bunclody in round 2. Bunclody didn't get on overly well against, admittedly, a good enough Sarsfields team in round 1. And everyone expected probably the Shells Maliers to win that second game comfortably. So I'm thinking that's probably the result of the round, that Bunclody put in a really good performance to get a draw against the Shelmaliers in that match, and kind of steals a little bit of thunder maybe away from Naveana's win also in round 2 against St James's. And I was up at the first match that Naveana played against Laffan and O'Rahilly's, and listen, in patches they were very good, but they were very naive, and I'd say probably they got rid of that naiveness in the second round, and maybe just said they're plenty of young good footballers, and they were able to just power through against St James's and get the win that they needed in the end. But group wise, Laffan of course are on top with 2 wins, and I can't say they were 2 outstanding performances, but they were 2 very good wins. And Laffan normally are not really good starters, so for them to have 2 wins on the board at this stage of the competition is probably a bit unusual. So we'll see how they get on now, just say for rounds 3 and 4, can they keep momentum going. But St James's are going to have to get some realistically in the next round, Peter, otherwise they're in an awful lot of trouble, and it's going to be very hard to qualify if they don't get a win next round.
I see, you touched on it there about the Bunclody getting the draw with the Shelmaliers. The Sarsfields had a 6-point victory over Bunclody in round 1, and then Bunclody managed to turn around and get a draw against the Shelmaliers. Lots of people would have been thinking that would have been, as you said, like a fairly solid Shelmaliers victory. Naveana, I thought, were very, very poor against Laffan in round 1. I thought their football was very sloppy, but they clearly improved to beat St James in the second round. So I suppose looking forward to round 3, it seems to be a group that's hard to predict.
Yeah, very much so. And round 3, I think round 4 and round 5 are probably like the golfers. I mean, that's kind of moving rounds, but round 3 will be where maybe, listen, nobody's going to be bar Laffan. I can imagine Laffan win a round 3 match, you can 100% say that they're going to be qualified for top 4.
Yeah.
But other than that, realistically, I'd say the rest of the teams are kind of looking at it, and I presume Shelmaliers, they can't afford another loss realistically. But Naveana, Bunclody and James's, I'd say the 3 of them are winning, or trying to get a win in, to kind of look at, well, at least we won't finish bottom 2, or definitely it gives us an awful good chance to finish probably even first or second in the group if any of them teams do win their next round. And I suppose you want to go through the extra 3 matches that are up against each other.
We have the fixtures for round 3. Then of course we have St James's play the Sarsfields, Laffan play Bunclody, and the Shelmaliers play Naveana. So what way would you see them going? St James's and the Sarsfields.
Yeah, St James and the Sarsfields. It's like the Sarsfields actually played very well in that first match. Unluckily enough, the first match against Bunclody where they won, they played very well, but they actually played well against Laffan the second match. They were hit with kind of 2 kind of sucker punch goals in a very short period of time, just before half time, and that kind of got the game out of reach for them. But they've been going very well now. And St James's, they've had 2 performances, and I can't say either of them are overly good. And listen, like, I suppose they only to ship 3-9 against the Shelmaliers. The Shelmaliers will probably do that on most teams, but their scoring is the issue. Like scoring 10 points against the Shelmaliers, only scoring 9 points against Naveana. That's where they're kind of struggling, because usually they're defensively strong enough. And the Sarsfields, even though they have 1 win and whatever 1 loss, it's their scoring power. Like 2-7 is not a bad out score, and in the first match 2-13. So I'm probably predicting a very low, well, not a low scoring, but a high enough scoring match. But I think the Sarsfields will actually win at home by a few points again and keep momentum going for the Sarsfields.
And Laffan and Bunclody then?
Laffan and Bunclody, yeah. Bunclody they're an odd team. As I said, they can throw in a very bad result, but they can throw in a very good result as well along the way. And Laffan, they've had their 2 wins now in a row, and for their sakes, I suppose they're hoping they don't take their foot off the gas. But Bunclody have lots of really good footballers, but I just think that Laffan at this stage know that 1 more win is enough for them, and I think that they're going to get it in this round. And then maybe after that, then they might maybe put a bit more effort into the hurling to see if they can qualify with that group. But I think Bunclody are probably maybe looking at a St James's game, or probably a Navan game to see if they can pick up the win there to keep them out of the bottom two.
And the third game then is a game we're normally used to seeing in the hurling championship, Navan and the Shelmaliers.
Yeah, sure. Listen, if it was the hurling game, it could easily be the final. So two of these teams know each other very well for the last couple of years, definitely on the hurling side and stuff. And I think the Shelmaliers draw against Bunclody last week, listen, admittedly, from what I saw the line out, there's definitely 2 or 3 fellas on the team who didn't play, who definitely will be on the team, put it that way. So whether they actually took their eye off the ball a little bit and thought they were going to beat Bunclody anyway, I don't know. But because that, I don't think they can afford to lose another game at this stage. I don't think Shelmaliers will be anyway happy with 3 matches and 3 points on board if they lose this one. Navan, on the other hand, listen, they have a win. I'm thinking they'll be kind of thinking that one more win might do them. Listen, both teams we know probably take the hurling a little bit more serious. But even though Shelmaliers are after winning plenty county titles or the champions, I think in this year, I just by what I went on their last team sheet, I think that at the moment they're concentrating on hurling a little bit more, but I still think that they'll have probably a little bit too much to beat Goring that match, and I think looking at Shelmaliers win there.